Orlando Pirates 2, Mamelodi Sundowns 1. This is my post-match analysis. I'm gonna get into details of what transpired in the game between Mamelodi Sundowns against Orlando Pirates. If you're being honest, not a great game football. That was hard to win. The game was terrible, if you're being honest. But then again, start of the show, really William Mofokeng is still in the show from Lucas Ribeiro. I mean, that game we expected Lucas Ribeiro to show himself and to prove why he's the best player in South African football. But then again, William Mofokeng cooked. If we be honest, he cooked. But then again, on the Pirates after scoring 2 goals, the setback. The setback didn't attack Mamelodi Sundowns anymore. You could see what they tried to do. They just say, you know what, we have 2 goals cushion here. We're not gonna be attacking Mamelodi Sundowns. We're just going to sit back, and that kind of like made the game a bit dull because like for neutral spectators, for Mamelodi Sundowns fans, that's not how we wanted the game to the whole game to goal, because like I wanted yes, Orlando Pirates caught Mamelodi Sundowns off guard. Kudos to Orlando Pirates for taking their opportunities, but then again, after Orlando Pirates scoring those the 2 goals, you can see with the map here, Orlando Pirates started the game very well. Orlando Pirates started the game very well, attacking Mamelodi Sundowns and not giving Orlando Pirates Mamelodi Sundowns any space to breathe. And again, creating 2 quick opportunities and catching Mamelodi Sundowns while Mamelodi Sundowns was still sleeping. And I must say this: kudos to Orlando Pirates. As much as I'm a Mamelodi Sundowns fan, but then again, I remain not balanced when it comes to my match analysis. Relebile Mofokeng scoring 2 goals in space of 2 minutes. Scored his first goal in the 4th minute, and scoring his second goal in the 5th minute. And from there, the game was won for Orlando Pirates. But then again, there's a lot of things to talk about. This game has so many things to talk about because it was not entertaining football. If you're being honest, the game was boring. The game was so boring, and maybe that's because like Orlando Pirates yes scored the early goal, and from there they did not see any need to attack Mamelodi Sundowns again. Because and again, trust me, I understand that there was no need for Orlando Pirates to attack Mamelodi Sundowns because it has been like almost 5 years since Orlando Pirates beat Mamelodi Sundowns at home. There's been like almost 10 years since Orlando Pirates beat Mamelodi Sundowns away, right? So Orlando Pirates still yet to beat Orlando Pirates away in Pretoria. But then again, this game was very much important for Orlando Pirates to keep their title race hopes alive, because right now Mamelodi Sundowns approached this game leading Orlando Pirates by 18 points. 18 points. And Orlando Pirates having 43 points and Mamelodi Sundowns having 58 points, still with 4 games in hand for Orlando Pirates. So right now, if Orlando Pirates wins their remaining 4 games in hand, right? If Orlando Pirates win their 4 games in hand, hypothetically, if they win their 8 games in hand, then they will be behind Mamelodi Sundowns by, is it 3 points? They'll be behind, is it 3 points? That's my math, nothing. Okay, so if Orlando Pirates win their 4 games in hand, right now Orlando Pirates are behind Mamelodi Sundowns by the way 18 points before the game. Right now, Mamelodi Sundowns is leading Orlando Pirates by 15 points. So if Orlando Pirates win their 4 points game in hand, the gap they will have they will add 12 points to their 43 points. The gap will be down to 2 points. So the league is the title race is still kinda on. But then again, Orlando Pirates will still need to win their 4 games in hand. And also, in these four games in hand that Orlando Pirates have, the 2 games are against Royal AM. Royal AM right now, that is, we can say, does not exist anymore. We don't know if the PSL will award Orlando Pirates those 6 points, or we don't know what's going to happen with the 2 games in hand that Orlando Pirates has against Royal AM. It will be interesting to see how that whole situation of Royal AM is resolved. But then again, I don't know. It will be interesting. I'm actually eagerly waiting to see how PSL is going to resolve. It's a conundrum on its own, and I really want to see how PSL is going to resolve the Royal AM situation, because at the end of the day, if Orlando Pirates does get rewarded the points against Royal AM, they'll have 6 points without even playing a football match. They will have 6 points, and that will help Orlando Pirates so much in their title chase. And my prediction were totally wrong. I predicted that Mamelodi Sundowns would beat Orlando Pirates by 3 goals, by 3 goals, by 3 goals to one. But then Orlando Pirates flipped the script and beat Mamelodi Sundowns by 2 goals to one. Mamelodi Sundowns today we did not deserve to win the game. I'm gonna be honest. I'm an honest football fan and an honest Mamelodi Sundowns fan. We did not deserve to win the game today. We played horribly. We were so poor. We just like I've never seen us play so poor, especially like in a big game against Orlando Pirates, against Kaizer Chiefs. I've never seen us play so horrible. We were terrible. We were so terrible. It was embarrassing to actually witness us playing so poor. I've never seen us. I mean, yes, I can recall a game against Polokwane City away at Peter Mkaba. I can recall a game against Chess Galaxy in Mbombela. But then today, even the goal that we scored, did we actually deserve to score that goal? Did we actually create enough chances to win the game? Yes, we had so much majority ball possession. We dominated ball possession, make no mistake about that. But did we actually deserve to win the game? If you're an honest Mamelodi Sundowns fan, you say no, we did not. No, we did not. At the end of the day, Orlando Pirates took their chances, scored 2 goals, and then set back. Yes, Orlando Pirates scoring quickly 2 quick goals in the first half kind of like impacted the momentum of the game and also impacted because normally this game provides us with so much action. Normally this game provides us with so many goals. Normally this yes, even today 3 goals were scored, which is great. So to Derby, you hardly get three goals in the Soweto Derby, but then it was not entertaining. The game was not entertaining at all, and that is because of Orlando Pirates scored 2 goals in the inside 5 minutes. We've never seen something like that in a very long time in South African football. Orlando Pirates scoring 2 quick goals in the first half. After scoring those 2 quick goals, they set back. They set back and waited for Mamelodi Sundowns and said like, no, we're just going to sit back and defend our lead. There's no need for us to attack Orlando Mamelodi Sundowns again. There's no need there was no need for Orlando Pirates to attack Mamelodi Sundowns, and which makes sense. Which makes sense because you already scored 2 goals. You're being at home. You have more than 50% of the fans in the stadium backing you. You just need to protect the lead, and try to hit Mamelodi Sundowns on the counter attack. And that's what Orlando Pirates did in the first half. I'm gonna go to the first half statistics. You can see first half, one big chance from Mamelodi Sundowns, one big chance from Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates today deserves so much credit. Bokasi, Sibisi, Kogi. Before the game, I was like, why is Kogi starting the game? Because he has been such a liability for Orlando Pirates. But then today, he played wonderful football. He was so disciplined. Make sure that Orlando Pirates defense line kept the line the discipline. Make sure that like Mbata and Makaula protected the defense of Orlando Pirates. Look, Makaula and Mbata, they were relentless today. Mamelodi Sundowns midfield was non-existent. It was non-existent, and that's credit to both Makaula and Mbata. Before the game, I was confident. I thought, you know what, this is going to be an open game. I know Orlando Pirates will have they don't really like defend when they play Mamelodi Sundowns. I was confident. I thought we would beat Orlando Pirates with so much ease. But then again, I got a rude awakening. A rude awakening. When in the game, confidence, like I said, prior to in the beginning of the video, thinking that like, nah, this is going to be an easy win for Mamelodi Sundowns. On the Pirates don't no longer have any hope or optimism. The league, we should actually beat them with so much ease. But again, Orlando Pirates, they still have the faith of winning the league. You can see that like they approach this game that like, you know what, we're not gonna give up this league easily. We need to fight for the league. We need to make it very difficult for Mamelodi Sundowns. And you know what, man? For neutral football fans, it's great. For South African football, it's great. But then for Mamelodi Sundowns, I don't think it's good for us. I don't think it's good for us, especially when we don't know what's going to happen with the game in hands that Orlando Pirates has or against Royal AM. Anyways, let's get into the nitty gritty of the game. Uh, First half, like I said, Mamelodi Sundowns dominated majority of the ball position, but then did not create enough. We did not create enough goal scoring opportunities. At the end of the day, like I said, it was not a great football match, but then you cannot say Orlando Pirates did not deserve to win. And also, Mamelodi Sundowns, we were not creative enough, man. We were not creative enough. Whenever we reached the final third, we just didn't know what to do with with the ball. We just did not know what to do with the ball. We did not create enough chances. We just lost possession of the ball in the final third. There were no combination play for Mamelodi Sundowns players in the final third of Orlando Pirates. It was as if we Rabona spoke whenever we get to Orlando Pirates box. Whenever we got closer to the Orlando Pirates box or Orlando Pirates goals, we just did not know what to do. We were so terrible, like so bad. Like I, I'm frustrated as a Mamelodi Sundowns fan, and maybe it's because Orlando that I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it was because Orlando Pirates defense was that good, or we Mamelodi players were just bad. I don't know what was happening. I really don't know what was happening because normally we always find solutions. We normally find solutions at Mamelodi Sundowns. Even if the team is we're playing against a team that is defense ultra defensive, we always find solutions. When taking shots when he's not supposed to be taking shots. Jaden Adams had, I think he probably had the most, I mean the most horrible performance from Jaden Adams today because he was not impactful. I struggled to actually see him in the field, and for us to have a midfield three of Alende, Mukona, and Adams, and actually be dominated by Macaulay and Bata, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing for Mamelodi now because normally we dominate teams. And again, even in the first before the game started, I was like, I'm confident. Mokoena, Alendem, Jaden Adams, midfield, we're gonna dominate Orlando Pirates. I expect us to press Orlando Pirates high. I expect us to create chances and kind of like make sure that Orlando Pirates does not press them high. Make sure that they don't get opportunities. But they flipped the script. I mean, what do you call it? They flipped the whole thing. In fact, Orlando Pirates were the one that were more creative. Were the one that like took the game by the scruff of the neck and kind of like they caught us napping. They did caught us napping because we did not expect Orlando Pirates to score 2 goals within 5 minutes. No one did. No one did. Like, and they hit us when we were not expecting them. That's what I'm saying. Like Orlando Pirates, yes, as hurt as I am, as disappointed as I am, you have to give credit to Orlando Pirates of the way they approach the game. You have to give credit to Orlando Pirates technical team. They started Mamelodi Sundowns. They know that like we normally start our games very slowly. We normally like just try to ease ourselves into the game. Orlando Pirates did not give us any opportunity to do that. They did not give us any opportunity to feel comfortable, ease ourselves into the game. They caught us napping. Lucas Suarez today was exposed. He was exposed, and I still want us to keep him because he has the qualities. He can play the. He's a ball playing center back. I still think like he has the future at Mamelodi Sundowns, but you can see that Orlando Pirates did their homework. Like it's so obvious to see that like Orlando Pirates, they did their homework. They knew our weaknesses, and they capitalized on our weaknesses. And that's coaching. That's coaching. And prior to this game, there were so many Orlando Pirates fans that were saying, "No, Rabiero must go. No, we're not happy with Rabiero." But what I saw today, what you witnessed today in this game, that is proper coaching. That is a proper coaching. That's a coach. That's a coach that did his homework. That's a coach that like watched the game against the first game against Mamelodi Sundowns game against Orlando Pirates and Loftus, and went home. Studied Mamelodi Sundowns how Mamelodi Sundowns normally approach their games. Did his homework, and because you know if you watch football you know that like you don't even need to be a Mamelodi Sundowns fan to understand that like normally Mamelodi Sundowns we start our game, we approach game with we want to ease ourselves into the game, especially when we play away. We want to start like easing ourselves, like I said, easing ourselves into the game, build from the back. Orlando Pirates did not allow us to do that. They did not allow us to do that. They knew that like Lucas Suarez, he is, if we're being honest, Lucas Suarez, he is our weakness. He does not have the pace. Krankekana has much better pace than Lucas Suarez. Lucas Suarez normally composed, does not rush, and always like takes his time on the ball. That's what Orlando Pirates did. You look at the second goal for Orlando Pirates. Mofuke, is it the first goal where Lucas Suarez lost the ball? In fact, let me go on Twitter right now just to get the clips of those goals that Mamelodi Sundowns conceded. It was just like we lost because of our mistakes. We made so many mistakes in that first half. But then again, I need to give credit where credit is due. Relevelo Mofokeng deserves so much credit. He deserves so much credit because I'm what before the game I said Orlando Pirates too reliant on Relevelo Mofokeng. Relevelo Mofokeng looks fatigued. Orlando Pirates doesn't have Saleng, does not have Masongwai. I was like, I don't think Saleng, I mean Relevelo Mofokeng will withstand the pressure of having that responsibility. Because today, if you're being honest, Orlando Pirates was too reliant. Like if there was if Orlando Pirates was to win this game, it was always going to be Relevelo Mofokeng, and he took that pressure on his stride. He took that pressure and it's like, you know what? I have this pressure. There's no Masangwai, there's no Mavasa, there's no Saleng. I'm the main man. I'm the main man in this team, and I'm going to take the responsibility and win this game for Orlando Pirates. And for a 20-year-old to do that, look, I'm a Mamelodi Sundowns fan, but then as someone that like care about South African football, as someone that like cares about the future of this of South African football, as someone that like understand football, I have to give credit to Mofokeng. I do have to give credit to Mofokeng because it's so rare. It's so rare to see something like this where a player is relied upon, a player that is expected to win a game for a team, and that player actually standing up and raising to the expectations. Because today, what you can say is that like Relebohile Mofokeng came like with so much expectations on him, he actually stood up and say, you know what, I know what is expected of me, and I'm going to deliver on those expectations. And you know what? You have to give credit to that. You really like, unless you're a hater or you hate Orlando Pirates that much or you hate Mofokeng that much. But then what you must say is that like Relebohile Mofokeng, kudos to him. He really, really raised to the expectation and he did literally delivered the performance that was expected from him. And as much as like again, and also against a big team, against Mamelodi Sundowns, one of the biggest team in Africa, number one, the best team in South Africa, a team that is expected to win the Champions League this season. Relebohile Mofokeng raised to the expectations. He risen up to the expectation, and you have to give credit to that. I don't understand how you not say. But then you see, this is what I don't like. This is what I don't like. Saying just because of that performance, he's now the player of the season. No, let's not do that. Let us not do that. That's what I don't understand or hate about South African football fans being too over. We football fans just too over. They overreact, man. How are you going to say Liverpool now must be a player of the season? I know it's just an opinion from an Orlando Pirates fan, but I'm saying player of the season is back. Come on, to be a player of the season, you need to be consistent throughout the league, not just be. Yes, you can say you can give Relebohile Mofokeng a leeway because like Ribeiro he has the whole team around him. He has a team that like performs very well around him. Relebohile Mofokeng, you can say it does not have the support that Lucas Ribeiro has at Mamelodi. Because you look at today's game, Masong was not there, Mabasa was not there, Salem was not there. So, but then with, sorry, excuse me, Rabiero, he always have players like Igram Renas, Peter Salulile, the midfield, Alter of Alenda Mufukeng. He has all the best players around him. So it's easy. But then again, as much as I want Mufukeng to do well, but to be honest, Lucas Ribeiro deserves to be player of the season, and I hope that he win the award for being the footballer of the season. But then again, let's talk about Mufukeng today. Mufukeng today really won this game for Orlando Pirates. Won this game for Orlando Pirates. He was instrumental. He was instrumental, and there's no way that Orlando Pirates wins this game without Relebohile Mofokeng. But then again, he needs assistance. He cannot do this throughout the season. He cannot do this in the MTN 8 then do this in the Carling Cup knockout, do this in the Nedbank, and do this in the Champions League, and also do this in the league. It's not possible. It's not possible. So Orlando Pirates, come end of the season, they need to go into the market and buy players that are at least as good as Relable Mofokeng. It's gonna be difficult to get those players, but then he needs assistance. He does need assistance because he's still a young player. He's still a young player, but then he cannot do this throughout the season. It's not possible. He players do get fatigued. Not no other player can do that throughout the season. So Relable Mofokeng does need assistance. He does need assistance, and also um, for Orlando Pirates' sake, I hope that like players like Masangwai will come back in the couple of after an international break. I do hope that like they do resolve the situation with the Saleng. I do hope that Mabasa also come back because if this title race is still on, if this title race is to go on, they cannot do it with Mofokeng alone. They need other players. They do need other players, and other players need to step up. Mkota needs to step up. Mahopa needs to step up. Masonga needs to step up. Saleng needs to be brought back into this team because if that does not happen, Orlando Pirates will not win the league. And I still maintain that, like, I still believe that we'll win the league. I still think Mamelodi Sundowns will go on and win the league. So please, if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. So let's talk like I said, Mofokeng, just a reaction from let me just search Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates. I just want to see Orlando Pirates fans' reaction. I want to see if they actually have this they believe that they can actually go on and win the league. And I'll talk about Mbogazi just next. The guy, honestly, bro, the guy. One thing I like about Mbogazi, so composed, so calm, even in during his post-match interview when he won the man of the match, the way he held that interview in Zulu, you can see that like someone that like he understands the pressure that comes with being an Orlando Pirates player. But then again, he's not normally these players. Like, how old is Bogazi? Let me just check something. How old is this boy actually? Begezile Mbogazi. How old is he? No, Mbogazi. I can't find his age. How old is Mbogazi? If you know the age of Mbogazi, please let me know in the comments. The age of Mbogazi. I know that he was playing the DDC league, but then one thing that I liked about him, the way he conduct himself, man, like on the football pitch, and also after in the post match analysis when they were interviewing him, you can see, man, like he has such a a good head on his shoulder. Does not like the pressure of playing for Orlando Pirates. He does not think of that. He knows what he needs to do. He just knows like that. Like, I'm going to the field, regardless of which team I'm playing against. I'm going to play my normal game. Such a stellar footballer, man. And one thing that I like is that like this new generation of footballers that we have in South Africa. This players that like still so young, but then yet relentless and very good and understand football. Mogazi like deserved to be man of the match today. Let me just go through the fans' reaction for Orlando Pirates. I want to see if Orlando Pirates fans actually think they will win the league. Um, Let me see. All this won't matter in heaven. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy we won with 3 points in the back. However, I ain't happy how we played, sitting at the back, allowing the opponents to come at us. Always the best, always the best form of defense is attack. Moving forward, our next game, I hope we'll do better today. But then again, you can't be critical that Orlando Pirates set back. You cannot look. You already scored 2 goals. There's no need for you to attack anymore. It's literally no need. I understand why Orlando Pirates stood back. They had to. They had to. Because the game is, you have 2 goal cushion, you play at home, you have the majority of the fans in the stadium. There's no need because once you continue attacking Mamelodi Sundowns, then you're gonna leave yourself exposed. Once you attacking Mamelodi Sundowns, you're gonna leave yourself exposed. So I understand why Orlando Pirates had to sit back. They had to sit back. They had to do whatever it takes to win the game, even if it meant that like they don't play their normal game. So I know that like fans will always want their team to play the best football, but then they had to do whatever it takes to win the game today. Orlando Pirates. Jorge Riviero needs substitution coach. There was really no need for all that in the second half. Well done on your victim, Maki. It wasn't easy. I would like to believe that, but you tried your best, even though you cannot win the league. Um, Ikhetla elidala Nasidina Makaula. The Brazilians had it coming here. Makaula, they will remember him. I'm still worked up by that Gala defeat and Stelis draw. I'm not happy. Yes, man. Another important thing that, like, imagine if Orlando Pirates actually won the game against Gala and beat Stelis, they would have given themselves actually a much better chance to win the league. So I think those drop points against Stelis and Gallants, I think they're gonna come back to haunt Orlando Pirates. Those because they lost 5 points, 5 points against defeat against Gallant and a draw against Stellenbosch. If Orlando Pirates had won that game, they would actually be closer to Mamelodi Sundowns right now. They would be closer to Mamelodi Sundowns right now. So I think those results will come back to haunt Orlando Pirates so much. Yeah, man, I don't know what's happening. I can't even. Let's see. Kaiser Chiefs also lost their game against Richards Bay. Things are not looking good for Kaiser Chiefs, man. Things are definitely not looking good for Kaiser Chiefs. They continue to drop points. They continue to play horribly. I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen with Kaiser Chiefs because I mean, losing against Richards Bay, losing against Richards Bay, and let me see where do they find themselves on the log. In eighth position, 29 points, 22 games played, and then Richards Bay, they have 24. Prior to this game, Richards Bay only had 21 points. So disappointing result from Kaiser Chiefs. Disappointing result from Kaiser Chiefs. Um, yeah, man, this season, I think the only thing that they can do, I don't think they'll finish in the Champions League position. They just need to finish in the top 8 because I don't think they'll finish in the top 4. I can't see them finishing in the top 4 if I'm being honest. But yeah, disappointing result from Kaiser Chiefs losing against Richards Bay away. It's yeah, man. Kaiser, I can just imagine what Kaiser Chiefs fans must be going through because these performances, these results are so disappointing, especially for a team that like made so many signings in January, February, in January transfer window. But then again, the performance is still not to the standard to the standard of Kaiser Chiefs. The performance far from what Kaiser Chiefs fans expect, and it's bad. Honestly, if I'm being honest, it's bad for Kaiser Chiefs because I thought they would win this game. I thought they would win this game, considering like they're playing in Durban. You'd expect that like more fans will show up in numbers, more Kaiser Chiefs fans will show up in numbers. But Kaiser Chiefs did not do themselves any favors. But then with that said, Orlando Pirates 2, Mamelodi Sundowns nil. I think this way I'm going to end the stream. For anyone that watched, thanks for watching. Please, before you go out, subscribe and like the video. See you guys soon. Bye.